All right, hello, hello, hello. It is June 1st, 2025. I hope you are all well. This is going to be story number 11 for the UFOs and the UAPs. This is like the fifth time I'm trying to re-record it because of all the interruptions here, as I've said on previous videos. I was driving around one day in like September, or what does it say here, October of 2022. I was doing my gig for work, driving around to different retailers or mobile carriers, as a rep, and doing a lot of driving. And I just kept hearing in my head, this repetitive voice telling me, go outside tonight, go outside tonight, make sure you step outside tonight. And I was like, what is this? What's my intuition telling me? And I kept brushing it off. But after so many times, I realized, there's a message here for me. So it doesn't make sense. I don't go outside after like 8 or 9. I'm pretty much just in shutdown mode. And while I'm kind of a late night owl, I just never step outside. I just don't. So I'm doing my thing. It's late at night, and all of a sudden, boom, the message hits me. Go outside tonight. Go outside tonight. I'm like, that's right. I'm supposed to go outside. I don't know why, but something's just telling me to go outside. So I go out in the front. I'm on the front driveway, where I live. It's pretty country. And even though it's a whole new subdivision and there are street lights every 50 or 80 yards or something, I don't know. It's pretty dark out there, and they keep it dark on purpose, which I really dig, right? We don't need all this artificial light at night. So I'm looking up into the sky and I'm taking in the stars and, whatever else was going on at the time. And I realized I wanted to sit and take it in. So I went to the back porch, and got on one of my metal chairs that leans back and rotates 360 degrees, and I was kind of sitting there and taking things in, and I was kind of looking around and checking out this angle and checking out that angle. And, it's kind of hard to see over the house in certain areas or past some of the trees. So you're just trying to get really an unobstructed view of just the entire sky. And I remember it was pretty cool out. I had a Nike zip-up hooded sweatshirt, and at one point in the chair, the chair rocks, the chair swivels, the chair goes 360 degrees. I decided to bunch up the hood behind my neck onto the metal of the chair, and I tilted my head straight back, and I leaned straight back, and I was looking straight up into the sky right above me. All of a sudden, what looked like a horse race track or a donut-shaped sphere or just ball of energy popped up in the space, up in sky, dark and whatnot. Sorry, I get distracted by people. And all of a sudden, it just went, and it just lit up. And it went from like an orangish, reddish, blood orange to like maybe, I don't even know what I journaled here. This is kind of the picture, if you can kind of see it. It just completely lit up, and it was like something was burning and turning on or phasing out. Now, in the center, it was all black, just like space. And there was no movement. It wasn't shooting across the sky. It wasn't falling through the sky. It wasn't something dropping that was like a sphere. It was like you saw like an elongated racetrack. It had all the color in that long stretched out oval, if you will, but then all that dark matter or dark space or the sky in the middle. So it looked really weird, and it was just the way it burned in and burned out and changed colors, and it was gone. Naturally, I was like, what the fuck was that? I'm like, what did I just see? And as I said to you, this was not a shooting star. It was not a comet. It was not debris coming into our atmosphere, because it's like it had a hollow center, or it's like the center was something other. Now, I don't know what burns up like that and, changes color and goes from those colors on a scale that this thing was massive too. This thing was like huge up in the sky. And what was really interesting was I did not see it until I leaned back fully, tilted my head straight up fully, and it just appeared. It was just there. It's like I couldn't have been in a better position to see it or notice it. And it literally happened right above me. So how could it not be for me, right? But then it goes back to this whole Why was I being told to go outside? Why was I being told to go outside tonight? Why was I being told, all this jazz about, stepping outside? I never go outside at night. And I was, broken up from my partner at the time. So maybe I needed a boost. Maybe this did something for my chakras and my root chakra and, my sacral and, whatnot, my earth root chakra, or just my heart or my whole body altogether. But it was really interesting. And it was definitely like a burn, like a bzzz, as if it was coming on and coming alive and reaching its thing and then phasing out again. And it was like all red and orange and blood orange and just whatnot. So very cool story. I think it had a lot more to do with telepathy and them, communicating with me and maybe realizing that I understood or that I could understand them or that I got the message and that I could act on it. I'll admit that I forgot and never even thought about going outside again when I got home until they reminded me later that night. And then boom, it didn't happen on the front driveway looking out. It didn't happen when I was on the back porch just looking around. It happened when I tilted back, leaned my head back, and looked directly straight up, thanks to my hood, which acted like a pillow, and it was basically completely vertically above me. So pretty amazing story. There's more detail here from what I wrote. Maybe it was Archangel Metatron. Maybe it was a UAP that powered up and powered off. What else do I have here? Definitely a telepathic message. Pure black sky, nighttime, looking straight up, leaning back, head tilted back. No shooting stars, no comets, no debris. It just appeared, it just lit up, it burned up, it was stagnant, it came alive, it breathed up, and then it faded out. So once again, there's the picture. If you can see it, my drawing. That's kind of how it looked to me. And then there were just some other notes here. Why was I being reminded to go outside? Like I said, whatever took place was for me. It didn't appear to be moving. It was just glowing up, charged up. And like I said, maybe it was for my root and my sacral chakras. So there's more detail, more verbs, more nouns, more adjectives in here. I'm not going to go into reading it. It's kind of a weird night. I'm going to keep this video real short. But it was definitely something that was unique. And as I've already stated, hearing that voice throughout the day in my head reminding me to go outside, being outside for 15, 20 minutes, looking around in the front and the back, finally reclining in the chair and looking straight up, and then just seeing bzzz, not shooting, not moving, not falling, not dropping, not breaking apart, not coming into the atmosphere. It was like a craft had just lit up. Or it was like Archangel Metatron or energy or plasma or something just lit up. And the fact that it was a big oval, like a big ring with all the black space in the middle, that's what made it so unique for its scale and its size and the height that it appeared at. And I just don't know what that was, but that's the story. Keeping it real short, keeping it real simple. You saw my drawing, and that's that. I hope you are well. Peace, love, and light to all of you. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great day, and have a great June 2025. Peace.